everyone, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me again as we look through the ZXspectrum back catalogue. My name is Nick, and this one is called Scooby Do, which I think you already saw. Sometimes it's called Scooby Doo in the Castle Mystery, published by Elite Systems in 1986. The storyline on this is, well, the mystery machine, which the gang drive in, has arrived at a ruined castle, and then Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Velma and Fred have all been seized by large hands from people that live in the place, as I define my keys, and they're going to have mad experiments done on them. Now, Scooby's got the option of just leaving, but instead he tries to rescue them. So here we go. I think it's quite easy to die in this one. So it's based on the cartoon Scooby Doo, who I've died, created in 1969 by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, and had a number of films as well, fairly recently, really. So it's quite long-lived. Quite often you get a TV tie-in license or cartoon tie-in license, which is rubbish. Let's keep practicing here. It seems very, very easy to die. You need to jump over those skulls. You can only kill the enemy by punching at them. And it looks like there's miles too much stuff that's coming to attack you. Lives are in the bottom left, those two Scooby Doo faces. I think they're supposed to be Scooby Doo. And if you go with one of those S's, you get an extra life. Now, the idea is, on each level, to get to the top, where you will see some experiments going on, and you rescue one of the members of the gang. And that's pretty much it, really. It's very, very difficult, first of all, to the newbie. I've got one life left. The merest, it's a bit unfair, this. The merest of touches, you're dead, and you are quite prone to get surrounded by a number of villains quite quickly. I like that bit of graphic, though. So there we go. I'll have one last go on normal mode, and then I'll probably put in a cheat in to see as much as we possibly can. So, who's your favourite of the gang? Scrappy Doo's not here, thank goodness. So Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, Velma, and Fred. Oh man, I think Scooby should have just left. Or something like that. However his voice is done. Right, so we start off with quite a generous amount of lives first of all, which is needed. It's all very yellow to start off with. I'm hoping the other stages get a bit more colour in it. But would I play this back in the day? Probably once or twice. It looks like fun can be had, but briefly, if you're into Scooby Doo, then it's going to get a little bit frustrating. But you need to catch those extra lives, and you do need to keep moving the whole time, because look, you can't punch and move at the same time, which I can see here. So while you're busy punching someone or some ghost, something's going to come up from behind you, and it's going to get impossible. Jump over the skulls or they will kill you. The merest touches and you're dead. Yeah, this game's quite annoying. I don't think I would have gone back to it as a kid, and I think it would have annoyed me quite quickly, despite the animation of Scooby Doo being quite good as he runs along. They needed to make it a little bit more fair, I think. So if you owned this one back in the day, around about 1986 or shortly after, then comment below, how did you find the game? Because with a bit of nostalgia, sometimes you'll find a bit more. So we're going to put a poke in, just to see is it worthwhile to try and persevere with this game, to try and rescue some of the gang, and hopefully get off level 1. Right, off we go. So I'm not dying this time, as you can see. Jump over there. Now, I haven't used it so far, but you can duck to try and avoid some of the ghosts. This is level 1. So I presume Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, the other one, and Fred. Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Fred. I suppose there's about 4 stages, and I've written down Velma twice, perhaps because I fancy her. Anyway, let's go on. You can't fancy a cartoon. There's no future in that. Off we go. Or is it Daphne? I get the two mixed up. Who's who? I know which one's Fred. I don't fancy him. But there we go. He's a nice chap. Anyway. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? You're rubbish and you know it. If we have to count on you, Scooby Doo, we bet you'll blooming blow it. Hey, there's some stuff. He hasn't blown it. He's rescued Velma. Hooray! And that's who I'd rescue first, to be honest with you. Well done, Scoob. He didn't need any Scooby snacks to do that. Right, and the second stage is green. And looks like there's, well, it's even more annoying now. There's bouncing stuff going on. How are you supposed to avoid these? Try and put yourself in the picture of trying to do this without a poke on it. Trying to avoid everything. I mean, I think this game is pretty much impossible to have done normally. Having said that, if you have completed it normally, then let me know. Yeah, these cartoon tie-ins are a bit iffy. I'm preferring this. No, I don't know if I'm preferring this to Hong Kong Phooey. They're pretty much the same. But just find your path now. Find your path to the top with all those test tubes or experiments going on, and rescue the next member of the gang. and then presumably at the end you find the person responsible. Now, in the cartoon, spoiler alert, it was always the first person you saw it in the cartoon and normally did the whole thing. Old Man Travers or someone like that, with some crazy mask on, pretending to be, well, a villain or ghost or something. I would have got away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids. Well, yeah, okay. That could have been Rolf Harris saying that. Boom. Right, no, let's scrap that what I just said. Boom. Right, off we go. Come on, Scoob. Over the skulls we go. I don't know whose skulls they are. If you do, let me know. I don't know what happened to the rest of their body. I ain't got nobody. Come on, Scoob. Yeah. It's a frustration fest, this game. It sure is. So, is it worth persevering? Not really. The other stages, despite being a different colour, are pretty much the same sort of gameplay. Looks like the enemies are slightly different each time, but they move in a very, very similar fashion. Last time it was ghosts, this time it seems toys of some description. But yeah, going up different staircases, find the right path to get to the top, and then you're there collecting extra lives when you can do. To complete it normally, I think the extra lives is key here, and I think you need a big dosage of luck as well. Lots of kids would have been extremely frustrated playing this game. So again, would have probably not have played it a great deal more when there's so many other games available. Did have a sequel this, I think, Scooby and Scrappy Doo. Playing this, I haven't got much incentive to track it down, but you just know at some point I'll end up playing it as we try and go through the whole ZXspectrum back catalogue. Now, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing there if you haven't already. There's almost 700 at time of recording. We've rescued Fred. We've almost 700 Spectrum games reviewed at this point in time, and we're still going strong. And with your support to continue the channel, then we might very well, I don't know, we get to 1,000, that'd be incredible, won't it? And then 2,000, then 5,000, then all of them. Hooray, if I live long enough. Good stuff. Right, we've gone into Cyan territory. Who are we going to rescue next? Hopefully it's Shaggy. Boom, laka la. Do 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 do. It wasn't him. Right. Right, we're back to the ghost again, so they're recycling the graphics. There's a strange thing floating around that looks like it's from the kids' cartoon series, The Trap Door. Normally in Scooby Doo, the villain was someone working alone, wasn't it? Or with one other person. But they didn't have a load of ghosts to help them, unless they was using some amazing generation thing to actually generate the ghosts. Scooby Dooby Doo. I haven't seen any of the films. Scooby Doo 2, is that like Jaws 2? Have you seen them? Is it any good? Don't know. I quite like the cartoon as a kid, the old style. I think they redone the graphics for modern, which I don't like. But that's all a part of settling with the graphics you grew up. I mean, they redid the Hatsu. That's redid the graphics on, well, the artwork on the Beano comic I liked. I love the Bash Street Kids. But artists don't live forever, and they got to be taken over by other artists at some point. I just didn't like the new Bash Street Kids. But anyway, it happens, doesn't it? Time moves on. Good, right. Yeah. So it's quite easy this with the poke on it, but without the poke you're never going to see any of this stuff. The graphics is quite good really, and we've rescued Daphne. Daphne is free to do what she wants any old time, as the Soup Dragon said. I'm free to all the tubes around there to do what I want any old time. I think that was Shaggy there in one of the test tubes, having experiments done on him. Maybe they're going to test his brain. I doubt they'll find too much. Come on, Scoob. It was always Scooby and Shaggy that solved everything, wasn't it? The others were more intelligent, looking for clues. And then Scooby and Shaggy stumbled upon the person that really did it. And that's just a metaphor for life, really. People that seem to muck about or not too serious seem to get all the breaks. And the other people that do all the work and stuff don't get any. I don't know how that works out. It's some sort of equation somewhere that maybe Einstein could have worked on. But it's crazy. You've seen these people in life, shouldn't you? Their life shouldn't really work out because they don't put any effort in. But for some reason, it does work out, and they're doing a lot better than you. Amazing. Anyway, you just got to ignore that sort of thing and just life's for living and all that sort of stuff. Who are these big guys here? Right. Well, they're all the sort of like same here. You just punch them and they blow up, and then that is that. Now, at some stage, I am going to turn the poke off because I'm making a bit of a mockery of the game at the moment. But hopefully you can tell the animation is good. Let's just say that first of all. You've got an idea what you need to do. The levels are pretty similar, although there's different, ever so slightly different graphics, so the enemies behave sort of like it's the same. A kid who's really into Scooby Doo might have had an incentive to keep going back to this. but I think most kids wouldn't have done. So it just falls back as a rather average and frustrating game from 1986. And to be honest with you, despite the Scooby Doo connection, you could have much more fun with other games. If they made it a little bit easier, as we try and avoid that bowling ball, if they made it a bit easier, it might have been a bit more fun to have been had. They could have used the Scooby Doo music a bit more, but as I say, this is 48K, so whether there's a 128K version going around with that, I don't know. Right, hello Shag. Shaggy is free to do what he wants any old time. Bom 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 bom. It's green now. It's a green screen. Surely we've rescued all of them by now. Oh, we got. Oh, I don't know. I've lost track of who we've rescued. But this is a ruined castle of mystery, and if you drive your mystery camper van machine to a ruined castle and go in with the dog as the main person who solves everything, then you deserve all you get, really, I think. Right, if you're in a crime-fighting gang with an animal as one of the key players, then let me know in the comment section below. Is this realistic to any adventures that you've had? I bet it isn't. That guy following now, that's a bit like a Orko from He-Man and Masters of the Universe, or He-Bloke as I like to call him. He-Bloke. A lot of these superheroes are better with the word bloke after. Batman becomes Bat-Bloke, Superman becomes Super-Bloke. You know, it's much more fun. Spider-Bloke, Spider-Bloke, Spider-Bloke. So much more fun, really. That Spider-Man music was quite funky, wasn't it? I don't think I reviewed a Spider-Man game. Scooby, well, on the Spectrum. Scooby Dooby Doo, One Mad Scientist. Is that who we've rescued, or have we captured him? Was that the end? Right, it's going again, and I think I'm losing the will to live a bit with this game. So in a moment we'll turn the poke off and see how far I get, but we've seen enough really, so let's turn it off. Right, so Scooby Doo is capable of dying, I think, now, right. But we'll try and play it properly, take him out. See, there we go. So you die too easily, you get surrounded by people quickly and they move quite fast, and then it's Doomsville. But this might very well be the last stage. A nice bit of yellow and magenta on those levels there against the cyan, which is quite nice. It shaded the background. Yeah, graphically this game's pretty cool, but playability-wise, no. It's got no playability on it at all, beyond just having a quick muck about on stage 1. So I won't be coming to this at all, really. It had potential, but they've missed it by quite a degree. I don't like it. I don't like the thing. I want to like it, but I can't like it. You might disagree, but it's level 6, and that's where we're going to exit after we lose. We've got 2 lives left. We're trying to duck like a dog duck. That's 2 animals there. Can a duck dog or a dog duck? Well, maybe they can do both of them. Over the skull we go. We don't know whose skulls that is. It's not Boney from the trapdoor. It's maybe Yorick from Hamlet, maybe, trying to breach out and get other work. His agent's been a bit limited, the work he can get him. Right, we'll leave that one there. You know what I think of the game. That was Scooby Doo on the ZXspectrum, or Scooby Doo in the Castle Mystery, published by Elite Systems in 1986, and based on the cartoon Scooby Doo, originating in 1969. Now, if you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.